Namaste, Capricorns and Capricorn Risings, and welcome to Horoscope SUPERscope Weekly Report. My name is Christopher Wotecki. I call myself the Sensei to Serious Troy. I'm here to help you step into enlightenment, which my little coin is Serious Troy. I think we all have a serious side, especially you. Very serious side. And my little formula is, if you get serious about your joy, you kind of get the best of both worlds. Now, this is a SUPERscope designed for more than one personality. You may be a Capricorn, and this will definitely hit you, or a Capricorn Rising, definitely going to tell you the story going on in a slower sense. And if you love like a Capricorn, Venus and Capricorn, there's a little segment for you around the corner. Now, ultimately, it's about stepping into your joy no matter which of the three you are. The sun is in Taurus, and that means it's time for Caps, Risings, and even the AVQs to follow their bliss. And I know maybe you've put yourself out there a lot. You know, you love like a Taurus if you don't know. Whatever you love is what you manifest and try to manifest. So this is where Capricorns and Tauruses both have a material reputation. It's because your heart really does love fine things, and because you're an earth sign, you love things in the material manifested form. Affection is very important, etc. Now, this is going to be a good year in the sense of heading in the right direction for what your heart really wants. Finally, you're going to see that enough of the other part of your story is finally different enough to leave room for real love. And you might kind of comprehend and look back at that after this SUPERscope. But first, let's look at the consciousness itself, the I love state of awareness. I always say in my personal readings, everybody's actually a Leo with a flavor added. So you're getting back to the core of who you are, and this is what you love. What you love is who you are. It's very difficult, especially for a Capricorn, to get to the core of what they love, because you love pleasing people, you love a lot of things, but there are some things you love just for the sake of you and that you are crazy about it. And that is the golden chestnut of what's most valuable in your life. And you will find that the projects, the things that are dearest to your heart are the ones that do well. The ones that are not dear to your heart, you will find they don't do well. And it's now time to step out of all of the failed attempts or heart aches that might still be hanging on your heart, says a solar eclipse this week in Taurus. So let's talk about that. Now remember, we're under a grand cross here, and this is still in effect, still holding official business back on Earth. It is an opposition going on in two different ways. In your case, Uranus versus Mars here against the horizon. Uranus in Aries is forcing you to innovate at all times the way you emotionally respond to yourself. Not fun. So you have to baby yourself and baby yourself and baby yourself and baby yourself. Mars retrograde in Libra says Capricorns just don't know what they're going to do next as far as career or the next move in their career, and you may not know until May 21st. Then in the North and South Pole here, there's Pluto in Capricorn, which is retrograde, which means no more pride issues or hurt ego for a while. You're retrograded, but you are having to hold to what you've learned about what to act on and what not to act on. And acting on things for mere ego's sake will always end up getting you slapped. What does move forward is Jupiter down here in the South Pole, which is breaking free this week at step 14 in Cancer. And so this is really where you want to move forward, ultimately in your relationships. Step 14 is where you reach out and allow yourself to feel into other relationships that are foreign to you. Now, unless you're totally pleased with every relationship you have in your life, you might as well feel out to a new type of relationship, because at the end of the day, you obviously haven't gotten it, right? But even so, if you do get it, the universe has new long-term partnerships and new alignments for Capricorns and Capricorn Risings. And this might even be said to be true for the AVQs as well. So it's about feeling out past your normal comfort zones. And in order to feel out past your normal comfort zones, you're going to have to work on that Uranus there, where you are innovating your self-pampering all the while. Now, we bring in the solar eclipse this week. It is a big boost of energy between these 2 points of innovating your emotional self-nurturing and you moving forward in a new relations policy. In the center of that is your heart. So your heart must let go of your old baggage of wounds and what hurt and lost children or whatever that it hangs on to. And because you have Taurus in the heart, your heart will turn drama into big deals. So you have to cut away. If your heart's not 100% in feeling bad the rest of your life, let it go, because you will manifest it into things, including heart disease. All right. So the solar eclipse will be an extra boost at step 8. The step 8 is time to decide to go ahead and let bygones be bygones and let some of this stuff go. This will put pressure on who you are or aren't in society, or release pressure, excuse me. It will release pressure on who are my friends and who aren't my friends, because ultimately by deciding what you're not going to support with your heart anymore, you're leaving room for everything your heart might want to. Try not to put too much on your heart other than what you don't want to put things into. Now, this grand trine is also what's moving powerfully under the seams here this week, and it's ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is, again, the planet moving forward here. Saturn's retrograde. Chiron is moving forward, but not very fast. Now, this grand trine is an emotional uniting of seams underneath the seams for you that basically unites who you are in the world with your overall attitude and then your relationships. So as you move forward with relating to people differently, which means you have to relate to yourself differently, then you will find that who you are in the world ends up changing, and who you want to be in the world ends up changing. You'll also find that your thoughts become more peaceful and you have less fighting going on. So again, everything in life moves forward, the square and the trine, by ultimately moving forward into new feeling partnerships with people where you're feeling and you're getting along with people emotionally, which means you're having to, of course, in the background, get along with yourself. I hope that's very clear. Complicated, but it is what it is right now. We're feeling forward in relationships. All right. Now, that said, this week, the climax of the week really is Light Cast Day, the new moon, or the solar eclipse, which happens late Monday night or early Tuesday morning, technically early Tuesday morning on the East Coast. The moon is giving you really a new heart. So this is an ability to cut away what hurts and to step into the potential of unlimited possibilities again, of which from that point we're going to grow. So from the point of leaping off and having faith, and again, you're moving forward with existing relationships. You're moving forward with emotionally relating to yourself and others differently. Those are the two forces to go forward here. As the week progresses, you'll end up having to hold space and have faith. Your lifestyle may be a challenge on May 1st and the 2nd, by the way. And that might just be kind of a test of whether or not you're going to sit on this new heart perspective or not. So continue to hold space, continue to love and trust. This week is really rebuilding your self-esteem by cutting away the hurts and protecting and loving the part of your heart that you want to blossom. And what will happen by the end of the week is you might begin to see new sprouts. By the end of the week with the moon, you'll begin to feel those new relationships catch up to you or not. And I think up until then, it is a holding of and trusting of that space. Now, what about those people who love like a Capricorn? The 8 VQs. Well, for the 8 VQs, this is a moving forward with really a hopeful attitude. So there's always 3 categories of lovers: those who are single, those who are in relationships, and those who are single want to stay single. For those who are single and want relationships, you are at this point stepping into the right attitude this week for love. And that would mean that that attitude is a merciful attitude, one that doesn't have the hangups of the past, one that doesn't have the emotional baggage of the inner child. If you're in an existing relationship and you want it to continue, this is about stepping into a new attitude in the relationship that allows your heart to come forward in a new way. And you will likely also be growing in a new way after the eclipse in your relationship together and closer, because you're growing closer to yourself. And if you are a person who is single and looking at 8VQ or your Venus as your creative potential, then I would say you are holding space this week for your greatest creations. If you are a messenger or a web person or any type of person that puts out a message or processes information, you're now taking yourself to a real high degree because you are healed from the lower kind of bullshit and you can aim for more what your heart wants specifically. So if you're a messenger and you're single, want to stay single, just aim specifically with that sharp, unshared mind for what your heart really wants. All right. Now, for those of you who have the Megascope monthlies, you definitely want to watch. Take it back out. I think people forget. They watch it when they buy it. They forget to watch it again. Watch weeks 4 and 5. I get very deep on the backstory of the solar eclipse and how it will affect you. And if you want a Megascope, you can still purchase one, folks, at soulmart.me. Another thing you should know is I do live coaching, real-time reality coaching in the moment. It's called gavenus.com. It's all based on your Venus quotient, and the first week is free if you want to give it a try. I email your phone or text your phone 5 to 7 times a day, trying to help you through the way. And if you're watching us on YouTube, we ask, hey, please subscribe to our channel. We do appreciate that. Also, if you want to like us on Facebook, it's at soulgarden.me, and you can kind of follow my posts through the day. And if you want to get an email every day from us, come join our mailing list at soulmart.me. You'll also find access to all of our products, goods, services, and things that we do. Well, my Capricorns, Capricorn Risings, and 8VQs, this is a week of really having a big step out of the old pain and into the new potential. And when we come back in 7 days, we'll talk about planting that new magical rainbow bean, that magic bean, in new fertile soil and forecasting how far it's going to grow this season. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in 7 days. Until then, live, love, be.